Glenn here, and I've got a subscription to unbox for you today. And this subscription is rapidly becoming one of my favorite and most anticipated subscription items every month. And you know what? It's not even a box. It is Comic Book of the Month, Comic of the Month Club. Now why, considering I'm not that much into comics, at least not as much as I was when I was younger, why would this be one of my most anticipated items to get every month? I'm really excited about getting it. I knew I was getting it in a couple of days and I was really getting charged about it. And I think two reasons. Number one, this is what a mystery box is supposed to be. It's a mystery. I love that part of it. It's why I got into subscription boxes to begin with. A lot of it was the mystery part. Nowadays, boxes, they spoil. They announce the major items that are going to be in the boxes. Spoilers are up practically instantaneously because as soon as someone gets their box, they're posting everything on social media and YouTube and whatever. This one, since in a similar way to Big Ol' Box of Stuff, this Comic of the Month Club, I have no idea what's in here. Now, it could have the Comic of the Month, which is a Batman comic, but other than that, I have no clue. It's based on my preferences. Each one is different. So it really gets me excited to open it because of that mystery part. And it's something that we don't see as much nowadays. And it's a bummer because really the mystery part of the mystery box really is one of my favorite parts of it. So we've got Comic of the Month for March. There's actually, and we're going to read about it in here when we open it up, but there's actually quite a few different versions of this service now that they're offering. This is the classic edition, so basically it's, I believe, 7 to 9 comics picked from my preferences, and a chance at the Comic of the Month, which in this case is a Batman comic. I'm not sure of the numbering. I think it's in the 457 or something like that. It's a first appearance of somebody. I don't remember. I'll look at when we get in there. But there's also a collector's edition, which is basically the same thing, except they also insert a collector comic, which is generally a higher value comic. Sometimes a $10 comic could be even more. Something that has a collector value to it. So that box is a little bit more. I believe it's, I want to say another $1 or something like that more than the classic edition. Or maybe it's $2, something like that. Then there's a collector's ×2 edition, which is the same thing as the collector one, except they insert 2 of the collector comics in there. So again, that's a higher price. And there's some other ones too. I think they're doing like a vintage version, something like that, where it's all old comics, but we're going to get into it right here, and I'm sure they have a sheet that explains it. So let's dig in, see what we've got for Comic of the Month. Alright, here we go. I have a soft spot too for wrapping that feels homemade. These are individually curated, so it's not like a production line closing them up. It's an actual person. That's what I like about services like J&K Stuff and Bobo's too. It's definitely got that personal touch to it because it's obviously personally wrapped. Alright, so we've got our sheet. Thank you for your subscription. We've customized this package just for you. This month's comic is Batman 457. This will be Tim Drake's first appearance as Robin. That's the first appearance that I was talking about. Talking about some improvements they're putting into. They're doing new packaging that is going to come down the pike in April. So I actually like this packaging, but it might be getting away from the priority mail wrapping, stuff like that. The next thing is their referral program, which I just am the beneficiary of. They've improved their referral program. Referrers get $10, and referees get an upgrade to our collector's or current box. So me referring you to the Comic of the Month Club gets me a bonus, and then you get to upgrade to the collector or current box. That's the other two. We talked about this classic box, we talked about collector box, and then collector times 2. There's also something they're calling the current box, which basically means that you're going to get the classic box, but inserted will be one brand new comic. So from the current month, a comic that they consider to be the hottest new comic of the month, and they're going to tell you why they selected that for you. So that's pretty cool. And then the last one is actually a less expensive box. It's only $9.99, and that is I forget what they're calling it. It's a budget box or something like that. That is a little less expensive. So it's only $9.99. I don't think you get as many comics. So another thing they're doing is they're going to update their preferences list. So I'm going to go in after they've done that and update my preferences, because they're going to expand it, update it, that kind of thing. And we are considering changing our classic box, which is this one. So it always includes our pick of comic of the month. So everyone would get the comic of the month. The classic box would become our current box, and the price would remain $19.99. We think this might be a great value add for our loyal customers. However, we will need to do this in a few months, as we can't order enough of the next month's comic of the month in time. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but it's kind of worded oddly. But anyway, they're making some improvements, some adjustments to their service. So let's see. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9 comics. So we're going to go through them together, see what we've got. All right, first. Just kidding. Let's do it this way. There we go. Captain America. This is Captain America number 602, featuring Nomad. That's interesting. So there's Cap. Very cool looking cover, actually. I like that. Direct edition, so this is the edition that the comic stores would get. All right. Next, bam, Captain America. This is a Avengers vs. X-Men tie-in. So this is Cap number 9, and this is the tie-in to Avengers vs. X-Men. Next, Green Lantern. All right, this is Green Lantern number 12 from July of '06. This is 1 year later, so this is getting right into the New 52. But Jeff Johns. Green Lantern, so very cool. I like that cover too. It's very cool with the Cyborg Superman. All right, next we've got Green Lantern again. This is number 11. So this one was 12. This is 11. We're moving down, but we're in sequence there. So there you go, Green Lantern number 11. Bam. A Marvel Knights title. This is the actual Marvel Knights. So Marvel Knights line, but it's the Marvel Knights comic. On the cover, this one featuring Daredevil. This is number 5. Very cool. Bam, we've got Daredevil versus Punisher. Means and Ends. This is number 2. This is also under the Marvel Knights imprint. So this is number 2 of this series. I guess I should have showed you first. Here's an older comic. So now we get into our 80s/90s comics, Avengers West Coast. This is number 65. Again, we'll have to look up the year, which I'll have on the screen for you by the time this comes up. But there's our classic comic, our 90s comic. Avengers West Coast again. This is number 64, so we're going in sequence here. 65, 64, guest starring Captain America. Can't go wrong there. 2 of my preferences, Avengers and Captain America. And then lastly, bam, We've got Avengers West Coast number 63. So we've got 3 from this series. So didn't get the comic of the month, but that's all right. Got some cool ones. We've got a Captain America with a very cool cover featuring Nomad there. We've got a kind of a random Captain America, but tie into Avengers versus X-Men. Green Lantern 11 and 12 from 1 year later. Marvel Knights 5 featuring Daredevil on the cover. And then Daredevil versus Punisher number 2 in the Marvel Knights line as well. And then 3 Avengers West Coast, so we get into the 90s. So we've got 63, 64, and 65. Very cool. Love the 90s comics. All right, again, hard to go wrong here, guys. We're talking about $20 with shipping, and I got 9 comics. That's just awesome. You know, this is a great way, again, to get 9 comics each month for $20. You don't know what they're going to be. It's a nice mystery aspect to it. You got a chance at the comic of the month. And pretty soon they're talking about making everyone get the comic of the month, which is pretty rad. They've obviously got a great referral program, so definitely drop my channel, drop my name. I think I was just saying use Glenn Adams as your referral name if you want to get your own subscription. But, you know, referral or not, I just think this is a great service for a comic fan. And I'm not a comic fan, and I'm loving it. So I'm really happy with this. Is a great $20 a month to spend. And again, they've got a lot more options now. So if you like your newer comics or your brand new comics, they've got the current version. If you like the more collector, ones you're not going to read, ones you're going to kind of put away and save and consider them part of your collectibles collection, they've got those. They've got that edition as well. And then they've got a $9.99 edition as well. So great options, great variety, total mystery, some cool comics, bagged and boarded very well. And, I dig that. So that's it for this. I'd love to hear what you think about Comic of the Month Club in the comments. I dig it. I think you would too. If you like this video, throw a like there for me. And as always, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those good places. And keep that connection. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I love to interact with you guys. Thanks everybody who showed up to the live stream. Yes, whenever it was. I guess depends on when I post this video, but most likely yesterday. It was another great one. I loved chatting with everybody. It was a fun hour, unboxing a couple things and being live with you. And until next time, we will see you later. Bye-bye.